Hello and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And today's video is going to be an art rant, and I'm going to give a disclaimer because most if not all of my art rants are subjective to my opinion and my experiences. So maybe not all people believe it or hold a similar opinion. I'm just sharing my experiences and my ideals. So today's topic is talent an offensive word to artists? And my particular opinion, talent is an offensive word to use in regards to an artist. And I'll give 3 examples of why. First of all, talent is kind of a blanket term to sum up why a piece is good or why an artist is good. We hear it a lot, or maybe not all of us, but I've heard it a lot from people in person. Sometimes I see it as a comment, especially when I'm sharing work with friends. And to a certain extent, you hear it so many times, you're just numb to it, you're like, okay. And don't get me wrong, artists love seeing your compliments, seeing you excited about their artwork, but when you say, oh, your artwork's so beautiful, and then tag, you're so talented, it's kind of like saying to a person who walks very well, oh, you're so talented at walking. And by a certain point, it's just, no. Also, this is the second example. Usually when people say that an artist is talented, it is combined with the ideal that the talent an artist possesses is a gift from a higher power. And my foster mom, I had a foster parent who actually had a couple. A couple were my grandparents, maternal and paternal. And they quite often would tell me, oh, you're so talented, it's a gift from God. And these were like the more church-goey parents. And I had to do a sit down and say, no, that's not what I was blessed with. I explain that I wasn't blessed with a talent for art, I was blessed with a passion for it. And here's another thing, if you don't follow a certain ideology or religion, telling someone that they have a talent from God or any deity may not be a very pleasant thing to say to them. What if that person's atheistic? They don't believe in a higher power. That compliment means nothing if you say you're talented because God made you so. Like, sometimes when I hear people say you're so talented, I imagine like, oh, blessed art, baby. Now you shall paint from the womb and make wonderful masterpieces. And that's not very realistic. Except maybe that one 4-year-old that does paintings of Jesus. That's something special. It's not very realistic because art's kind of a learning curve. You can be better at some stages. Actually, it's more like a learning coasters. There's ups and downs. And sometimes people start at a higher peak than other people. Some people have different winds and turns to their learning capability, and art's just something you learn. It's not something you're given. And personally, I find that kind of weird to say it as though art's something you're given. The third reason, personally, I think saying to an artist that they're talented and why that could be offensive is that saying an artist is talented discredits any effort an artist kind of puts into their work. And Again, this kind of follows with the idea of saying that you're talented in line with the idea that your ability to make art is due to a higher power. I've mentioned before in one of my earlier rants that most of art, like 93 to 97% of art, is doing things like what I'm doing right now in this video, drawing rough sketches and planning, understanding and learning how the body works and what you want it to do when you draw it to better symbolize what you're trying to say. And when you say that someone's talented and that their piece is good because they're talented, you take away the 93 to 97% of effort that someone put in and only focus on that 3% and just take it away from that person and say some higher power blessed you with it. And I kind of find that nerve-wracking. That's just me. That is just me. That's all me. I'm pretty sure other people feel the same way too, that like when you're told that the 3% you finalize is all talent and you have to shove the other 93% away under a rug, it's sad. And like I said with my foster parent who used to say I was talented, I was like, no, look at all my sketchbooks. I draw a lot. It's not just that I came out and just did this wonderful piece. It was 7 reiterations of the piece, and then here I had the finished work for you. And this brings me to a little story time of when I was an art model, a casual art model for a drawing class. I had a professor. She was the art director, and I won't be giving any names. I'll just be using professor and student as the blanket terms here. But she taught all the art classes at the time, and so we had a painting class and 2 drawing classes, and I was a model for one of the drawing classes. And in the drawing class, there was a painting in its early stages that another student in the painting class had been working on for about 2 hours. And it was just a layer of paint, like sienna brown, thinned down with mineral spirits, and then wiped away to show off the white of the canvas for this recreation of, I think, the Madonna. And the student in the drawing class was talking to the professor about the piece and how they thought it was really beautiful. And the professor said, oh yeah, she's so talented, it only took her like 10 minutes. And I piped in with saying, no it didn't, I think it took her longer than 10 minutes to do that. She was upset with me when I spoke. I was kind of speaking out of turn because at the time she was my boss, being the head director. But as a fellow artist, when she said that she was so talented, that the person who had been working on that painting was so talented, and it only took them 10 minutes, she just discredited the other hour, 20 minutes to 2 hours that person, that individual had taken out of their day to do all that work for. And that kind of upsetted me. So, can you use another word besides talent to tell your favorite artist how much you enjoy your work? Is there a better way? And I'd like to say yes. There is a better way to tell an artist that you love their work, because artists love to hear that you appreciate their work. They just love to hear that from you. And the best way to do it is to take what parts of the piece that you're looking at and tell the artist that you like those parts. Sometimes you can even do like a critique sandwich where you do a good, bad, good. You want to layer your bads in between a couple of goods. And I'll probably do a future rant about properly critiquing. But when you take that time to look at something and say, oh, I really love the colors, Or I love the line width. Like, it's very intense or striking, and that this piece has a lot of motion. Just seeing things and then expressing what you see and why you like it is, in my opinion, much better than saying, oh, you're so talented. I wish I had the same talent that you did. It's so great because you're so talented, because we're numb to that word. It's not going to catch our eye. And if you're looking to catch an artist's eye, you find that nice thing that you like and you give like 3 sentences about it. An artist will take time to read that. Maybe not all artists, because some of them busy, but I would read that 3 sentences of you saying why you like this piece. Other than that, I can't think of other ways to fix it. Just, I don't know, maybe find other words than talent. And let's see. I wanted to start a new thing where I talk about what's my weekly obsession, and this week's obsession is dance choreography videos. I want to end this on a fun note. I've been really enjoying watching dance choreography videos. There's also Croquis Cafe. They have a dance challenge, and that's kind of what inspired me to watch a bunch of dance videos and then pause it every now and again, or just try to catch the gestures. Like, I think this was Nicole's choreography for Animal, which that stuff's pretty, it's kind of adult content warning with how bodacious these babes are on those dance floors. Like, they're all kicking it in heels. So that's been really fun. Other than that, you can find me on other social media. Like, I have a Pinterest account, I have a Gmail, and I have an Instagram. I post on my Instagram just about every day. And I don't know, if you're looking for like a critique, maybe do like a hashtag AB critique me. That sounds like fun. And yeah, find me on Instagram. Maybe send me an email. I have a Gmail for questions, comments, or suggestions. Or you can just put those in the comment section below. And if you want to, you can leave like a little likey like on this video, because that makes my heart flutter. So does every subscription. By the way, we're at 10 people. So happy about that. And I think, yeah, other than that, I hope that you guys, gals, and everything in between, or pals, are having a wonderful day, that you keep it sketchy, and that you always remember to do what you do to make that artwork for you. And have a wonderful day. Bye.